picture of them since they both have the same first name. But I mean, it might hinder it, and it may not impact them at all.
And that's what concerns me, right? There's a point where too much is not a good thing. And I think in this case it might be.
Winnipeg is really become a huge convention city. I mean,
but we're not this gigantic convention. We're a whole bunch of smaller ones. So that's also not a good thing, right? People come in for one and maybe not the rest. And I think...
But the nice thing is, Winnipeg is still one of the cheaper cities in Canada, so it is
we're cheap, all right.
We are downright frugal in this city in a lot of ways. I mean, you get Winnipeg. If you're in Winnipeg, you want to get a good deal. So
and considering actually most of these conventions that are put on are actually run by volunteers. Yeah, shows exactly how cheap our city is, right?
Hey, you talk about very, very passionate people here.
Passionate, yes, but at the same point, you're not being paid for something that literally runs your life. It's so much work into doing all this stuff, and it's only for once a year, but you're doing this all year round, just setting up for it.
Well, absolutely. I mean,
so to not be paid for it, it's really hard. I know a few myself that have gone and left and then came back and then left and then came back and now they've left again, and now rumor is they're back just in a different role. So I don't know. It's complicated, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's an exciting time, and I think we're starting to see some movements here in Winnipeg where I think eventually, we're keep testing the waters to see just how strong we're going to be. And I mean, it definitely helps enlighten us so that we can go off and be more geeky, so to speak.
Oh, I know.
We can go off and discuss.
I love it because it's. I love it, but I hate it because it's more conventions, to attend, but it's more conventions to attend. As
a dad, I'm not always going to be able to go off and to be able to go to some of these. This one was free, and I was able to easily accessible. It was in the middle of a park, so that was fun.
Actually, one of the first outside festivals I've been to in a very long time. I kind of regret some of it just because of a lot of walking, a lot of sitting outside and stuff like that. It definitely was for the kids, so to speak. It was definitely.
They had bouncy castles for the kids to go in.
The mini donuts, strawberry mini donuts. Your wife actually bought some.
My wife, couldn't stop raving about them. So
I thought they were unique. The strawberry part of it was unique. The donuts were flat, very stale.
They're the same stupid little donuts you can get almost at any fair.
The Buffalo Barbecue, the donuts there were to die for. They were absolutely delicious. And I don't know, these ones just whatever. But I love, watching these guys with their swords, their axes, and their spears, and they're chucking them through shields, and they're, doing their mock fight. I could spend all day, literally, watching them do this. It was fascinating. It was unbelievable. Check it out next year. You won't regret it.
If you're in Winnipeg next year, we suggest you come and check it out. I don't know. I think tours Winnipeg should go off and be paying us for the amount of times we go off and discuss the city.
We promote so much in this city. It's unbelievable. This is a beautiful city if you're really looking for it. We actually, our friend there got a whole bunch of ones from her place to go down and check it out. We actually randomly ran into a few later that night who had appeared, which was quite cool, I might add. And a few that I wish I knew beforehand. Very entertaining people.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, definitely festivals are awesome. I really want to make my way out to the Gimli, Icelandic Festival.
Which is a big thing here. It's probably one of the biggest sources of revenue for the rural municipality of Gimli, Manitoba.
You even forget about the income. It's history right there.
It's absolutely great. My wife, her family is from that area, so I mean, for us, it's the one time of the year where we get to go off and to see a lot of her, uncles and aunts and cousins, which is just an excuse to go down and to check it out.
And it's the one time a year that I actually don't feel out of place with my beard.
A city that a town that goes off and has a statue of a Viking. Yeah, you're not going to feel left out.
Although I will say, during the Swords and Sabers, my beard was epic. There was a few people with bigger beards than me, but mine was one of the biggest.
Yay!
Yes, I have a big beard.
Okay. So, before we close up the show, I just want to remind all WWE fans that this coming Sunday, which is also Father's Day, is going to be WWE, pardon me, I'm thinking our website here, WWE Money in the Bank. Main event of that show will be Roman Reigns defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins. It will also feature a Money in the Bank match, which will have Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Chris Jericho, and I'm sure I'm missing a couple of guys who probably aren't going to win.
You're going to have to keep me updated on that because I have my marathon.
You have the Manitoba Marathon.
I'm running 10 kilometers first thing in the morning, 7 o'clock in the freaking morning. 10 kilometers for the Manitoba Marathon, which helps a lot of good causes.
It goes off and raises funds for people with intellectual disabilities.
Yeah, which is a really great cause. And then after that, I go on for my Father's Day lunch, brunch, whatever you want to call it.
It'd be a bit of a brunch.
And then after that, I am checking out the Toy and Comic Expo down here at the Viscount.
You're gonna have to check that out on your own.
Yeah,
just because it's Father's Day, I'm going.
That is my Father's Day treat. I'm gonna go check out some toys.
Hopefully, you get a chance to talk to your daughter, though.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, that'll be my treat, right? I get to go mingle and talk to a lot more people and get used to it. And then July 6th, I will be at Tavern United at Polo Park for UFC 200, which has Brock Lesnar. And
I actually will be there as
well. I've swindled this guy in.
This will be the first time that I'll go to any of these. I haven't sat down and watched any UFC in quite a few years. I think the last time I sat down and watched any UFC event was when Brock Lesnar was still the heavyweight champion. So that actually tells you, how long it was been.
That's been a good 6 years-ish.
Yeah,
something like that.
I don't know if I've watched any MMA since that point.
Well, you're definitely in for a treat. It is going to be one heck of a show, and Mark Hunt is going to wipe the floor with him.
I can't even argue with you on that one. Just for what I've seen of Mark Hunt, he seems to be an absolute beast. And I would not be surprised if he knocks Lesnar out.
Oh, he's determined now. Ever since it came out that Lesnar was exempt from giving, I guess, a drug test to figure out whether he was, doped up on steroids or whatever for a 4-month period. So, yeah.
Dana White, shame on you.
Very shame. Obviously, he's going to be, he has been steroided up to this point. He did a piss test within the last week or so. So here's hope.
That's a story for another time. I've heard rumors that WWE's wellness program is supposed to go off and test its superstars to see if they're using any drug enhancers. And it always seems to be the guys on the lower end of the spectrum that end up getting the suspensions, and not so much the people higher up. So it does make you question whether the guys on top are as clean as WWE wants you to think, or they're kind of exempt because WWE doesn't want to lose their top stars.
True. So we'll start wrapping up our show. We obviously got a lot of events coming up for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
This weekend's gonna be crazy. So yeah.
Especially for you, what were you thinking?
I don't think. I just run for good causes. I'm running with my nephew, and that's pretty much it, right?
Absolutely.
So follow me on Twitter at RealCaptFizz. So at RealCaptainFizz.
You can follow me at That Mask Guy. Follow the show at FizzMassShow. And of course, go to our website www.fizzmassshow.com. And you'll see the first 50 some odd episodes of the podcast on there.
Also in the process of uploading pictures from the Swords and Sabers. There are tons.
Yes, quite a few. Our good friend Krista, who we're going to have to maybe come up with a nickname. I don't know. Maybe we'll just call her Bubbles because...
Yeah, just call her Bubbles.
We'll call her Bubbles. Bubbles went off and took quite a few pictures. So we're going to go off and hopefully those pictures will make their way not only to our Facebook account, but also will end up on the Instagram accounts for both the show, which I believe is Fizz and Masked Show. Fizz and Mass Show, and I don't know, Captain_Fizz.
Yep, that is mine. It has been quite lackluster as of lately, just because I can't find any pictures that actually,
I don't have time for Instagram.
Tell me how I
don't have time for that.
So yeah, there's our show. We have merchandise on sale, which will be on the website as well, coming up soon. It's also on Facebook that you can check out up top. There's a little button that says shop now. Click it,
and so that's actually a good place to go. There are hats and shirts and coffee cups.
Hats, shirts, and coffee cups.
So I may have to give myself a coffee cup. I went off and got myself a shirt for my brother-in-law. Shh, don't tell Tim. I don't think Tim listens to the podcast anyways. If you do, hi Tom. Tim, how's it going? Anyways, that's the show. Thanks for listening. And make sure you tune in next week. And I'm pretty sure I'll be talking about wrestling because I end up talking about wrestling.
And I'll be talking about how tired I am.
Yeah, so thanks once again. And in the meantime, and in between time, say goodnight, God bless, and may the force be with you.
And as always, stay frosty. Have a good night, people.
Good night.